The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Brent in Martinez, California. Hey, Brent, what's going on?
How you doing today, Tom?
I'm doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
I am, thank you. I was really just commenting on the fact that I'm really enjoying the new format with you being there when the market's still open. You've assembled a great group of people. They're all great technicians. I'm just so glad that I first caught you on the radio with your little tiger growl. I'm like, who is this guy? And it got my attention, and it's really made a positive change in my life.
You're awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's making a great night, folks. Don't take anything personally. Your truth is personal to you. Your own opinions and point of view reflect your own agreements and are personal to you. It's no one's truth but yours. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 78, NASDAQ up 24, S&P's up 9.5, gold contract up $3.20, trading at $12.30 an ounce. Silver up 24 cents, $16.64 an ounce. Platinum up $10, $9.31 an ounce. Copper up a penny and a half at $2.53 a pound. Light sweet crude up 89 cents, trading at $49.06 a barrel. Notes: 10-year note flat, 125.14. 30-year bond down 5 ticks, 151.09. Now, both notes and bonds, folks, pretty amazing. You get the note and bond market last week. They rejected lower price. Friday had a sign of strength. Today, you get a sideways movement back down a bit, really light volume. These things want higher price, lower yield, which sets up, bottom line, money's going to not only stay in here, money's coming into that, and that is saying these S&Ps want to go south. And we'll see how this shakes out today. The S&P is testing its March 1st high out here today. Right now, that number to keep your eye on, the cash S&P is 2,400.98. King dollar down 341 ticks, 98.790. King dollar failed on price and volume last week, got into its gap, failed to hold it, had light volume, back down. Had Friday, you came down with volume. Today, you're down, not with huge volume, but you're down. Looks like it's going to go after its lowest swing point. The euro is trading at 109 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is at 113.68 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay, so when you're testing highs and lows like this too, folks, you want to take a look at the SPY, take a look at the futures, all of the above, but you want to absolutely look at the cash. The reason being is that the cash doesn't trade. You're not talking about basically premium inside the cash, nor dividends or fees that come out of the SPY. So the number we have out here is 2,400.98. Right now we're 2,400.26. That's the number to keep your eye on. We've gone to 2404.05 today, and that number took out the high that was generated last Tuesday. Yeah, last Tuesday. And bottom line is that we'll see how this shakes out coming into the close. We have 463 million traded right now. That means we're going to come in with like 700 million. It's going to be light volume. There's no two ways about that. In the NYSE. And the composite, we're at 1.3. That'll probably come in about 1.7, 1.8. Composite and NDX 100, another new high. Composite's up $23, 61.45. NDX 100. Well, let's get the composite has a lot more juice than the NDX 100 today. But bottom line is that you get the NDX up also 5,700. I don't think this thing is going to close under 56.91, which it would have to close underneath that to have a rejection of higher price. The 3Qs are trading 15 million shares. That's up and over all these highs, meaning the 138.62 right now are 138.94. Gold contract. What do we have with the gold contract? Gold contract right now. Gold contract is trading up $3.10. You're at $12.30. We hit a high of $12.37 out here. You've done 179,000 contracts. We need more contract volume, and we need more price spread. Bottom line is that we got over the $12.25 last week. This is the building cause in order to get up into the downdraft that was out there on the 3rd of May. Silver. Silver finally caught a bid. Silver just may save the metal markets, folks. Silver's up 23 cents. Was as high today as 16.81. 78,000 contracts. Silver has it all. Silver, bottom line, came right down to ready to jump the cliff, man, to jump over this $16 area. Bottom line, saved itself last week, got down to 16.06. Out here this morning, you get 78,000 contracts, which is great contract volume, and you get the price spread happening simultaneously. Notes. Now, the 10-year note and the 30-year bond, bottom line, are still saying that they want higher price, lower yield. And this is pretty intense, folks, because, you have the Fed saying that, okay, we're going to still go up in short-term rates. Well, someone's buying bonds, and they're buying quite a bit of them. Anything over 125 on the 10-year and 125.15, saying it wants to make this run up to the highs of 126.20. 30-year, we take a look at the 30-year bond, same type of setup. 30-year bond does need a lot more traction to get out of the lower range. We're at 150, 110. It has to be up to 152.12 in order to get out of that. So that's a full point, 32 ticks. And King Dollar just doesn't have it, folks. Can't handle it. King Dollar has done 17,000 contracts today. You're down 330. Now, the 17,000 contracts is light volume. Bottom line is that is heavier volume than we hit a high with. We hit a high with 18,300 all day, and this will do about 18,500 today. But bottom line, it's gonna need a good 30,000 to break out this low. We have two separate lows we're dealing with. You have the 98,670 low. We hit that today. That was the low established on the 23rd of March. Then we have the low of last week, where it rejected lower price at 98,355. And this very well may be actually a larger ABC structure on the way down, because if we take out this swing low of May 8th, rather, of 98.35, with 29,000 contracts, you get an ABC structure on the way down that will take you into the 96 area. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. As we come into this close, the numbers you want to keep your eye on, particularly in the S&P, folks, is going to be in the future market. We can line both of them up. So in the future market, you're dealing with the bigger number is 297.25. That's the future high of March 1st. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there. Be coming right back. And there are a lot of numbers coming out after the close once again today, folks. Dow Industrials right now are up 76. Nasdaq's up 23. S&Ps are up 9.5. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 76. Nasdaq's up 22. S&Ps are up 9.5. And let's go over to our man, Mr. Steve Rhodes, as we do each and every Monday. And don't forget, folks, Steve's got a great show right here at TFNN every trading day, 1 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. You can get that program right on your cell phone. You go to TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. You're going to get some great HD quality video as well as audio. Now, coming this Wednesday night, folks, if you go to the front page of TFNN, you're going to see right on the very top of the carousel, 5 essential patents for timing the market. Steve's going to be doing a webinar for his subscribers. This webinar is going to be on Wednesday night. It's going to be from 5:30 to 6:30. You can come over. You can test drive Steve's newsletter right here, right now. You can be part of this webinar. Inside this webinar, Steve's going to be talking about the price RSI patterns, the oscillator unchanged line, the Japanese candles, how to master the D point of the A to B equals C to B pattern, and the VIX and its timing signals. So check it out on the front page of TFNN. You can go over there right now, sign up. Now, if you can't make it live, folks, don't worry about it. It will be on your page for a full 30 days. Steve Rhodes, what's going on?
So just preparing for Wednesday's workshop. It's as you pointed out, there's 5 core elements of what we're going to be reviewing.
Yes.
And to make it impactful and to put all of that into an hour, it's going to really be the best of the best. And that's the great challenge of being able to take really 5 key, and nothing could be more timely than this with regard to wanting to be able to time the markets.
That's no doubt.
Yeah. And so it's great because these patterns here work for all time frames, all different instruments. So it doesn't really matter what you're trading. In fact, all subscribers have a workshop that is on their members page where we took a look at how to be able to spot the next bear market. That also really allows us to be able to identify when the next corrections are going to take place. And as you pointed out, it's very easy access. For folks that have never tried my newsletter service, Mastering Probability, if they come over to the homepage of TFNN.com, they can try that for the next 30 days for free. So it's going to be a great workshop. And gaining access to the newsletter, as an example, I think you know that subscribers and I were long the NDX 100, and we closed that trade out last Thursday. The market actually closes out for us. When I issue a trade, what I provide subscribers with is the entry price,
yes,
the initial stop, and then our targeted exit. So we've got, in essence, a one cancel other trade. And in the case of going long or short, in this case it was long, the QQQ series, I really provide the 1 times, the 2 times, and 3 time ETFs out there, so they can choose what they want and the exact number of shares to buy. So we have all the position sizing that is in place out here. And so on average, we earned about $400 for every $10,000 that was at risk out there. And if we take a look at it, we actually came back on April the 17th, right after the Good Friday Easter breakout there.
Okay.
And there was an excellent pattern that has a high probability, mastering probability, of working to our advantage. And so it was a no-brainer for us that we were going long right out of the gate on Monday morning. We continued to just simply manage the trade on the way up, and we got stopped out last Thursday. And I'm happy to stay neutral for the next couple of days because I'm anticipating that the market is going to form some type of short-term top. But the market has to confirm that, and it hasn't confirmed it just yet. So when we take a look at those 5 essential patterns, one of them is going to be the price relative strength divergent pattern. And on this chart here, Tom, if we go take a look at the Dow, this is the 2007 top and the 2009 bottom. The pattern worked perfectly in being able to identify that. And so why is that knowledge so important? Because if we take a look at the NDX 100 right now, it has a similar pattern setup. But it needs to confirm. And that's really in sharing these patterns out here. That's what the workshop on Wednesday is going to be all about. It's not just that the pattern is present, but when the actual pattern confirms out here. So we don't have a confirmed pattern, and it may fail to confirm altogether. So I'll show people, show subscribers, of course, they see it in the newsletter each morning, what it is that we're looking for when the long-short call is out there. We're also going to take a look at, as you mentioned, the oscillator on change line.
Okay.
Now, this is a pattern. This chart here is a monthly chart for the S&P 500. And the great news about this tool is that it's also been present at the beginning of every bear market out here. So we'll show subscribers how to go ahead and utilize that. I'll give them the math formula so they can actually go ahead and place it on their charts if they would like. We do not have a signal from a long-term standpoint as we speak just yet, but this knowledge is important because we just switched from a monthly chart of the S&P back to the NDX 100 because it's the NDX 100 that will give us a confirmation of the next market turn should it occur out here. And we'll know that because the NDX 100 will go ahead and close below what I like to call my little red line, Stevie's red line out there.
Okay.
This chart, a snapshot was taken an hour ago or so. We're not there as we speak just yet, but we're going to be paying attention. That number will change hour by hour as the market provides us with more market data out here. So we're going to take a look at that. We're going to take a look at Japanese candlesticks. And this is a phrase, I know that I owe you royalties if you've actually trademarked it, which is the market walking, talking, and squawking. For me, this is how the market communicates to you and I. And this happens to be a chart here also for the NDX 100, but it's on a weekly time frame. And it shows what I believe are the most important bullish and bearish reversal signals. But just looking at a chart like this, it doesn't really provide us with the information as to what to do. It's kind of cool because it tells us, you know, we have a nice little evening star up at the top back here in 2007. You know, we have a nice little bullish engulfing candle back in March of 2009. But the question is, how do you actually use that? And the real knowledge and the real reason why Japanese candlesticks are so essential is because they are the recognition in pattern recognition out here. It's those Japanese candlesticks at the completion of a pattern that give us the confirmation that the market has finally topped or bottomed. So I'll teach people how to use that for the different time frames, for the instruments they have. Also the A to B equals CD pattern, which we use out here. If we take a look at the NQ last Thursday, as it was stopping us out and as it was actually forming a nice little bottom out there, here's a 30-minute chart out here where price was actually moving lower, doing with less relative energy, and we had a nice little 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD. What folks need to understand is on the A to B equals CD pattern, that lightning bolt pattern, it only forms a 1-to-1 60% of the time. So I'll show folks how to identify the other 40% and when it is that we want to actually be able to either buy or sell the D point out there. And this is important because the A to B equals CD tool provides us with nice price projections. And here in the NDX 100, when we formed a bottom back in 2009, it formed a nice 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD, which in your books you teach us. When you do that, typically the market is going to go ahead and do something different. And certainly we know that the NDX 100 did that. We're also going to take a look at these VIX timing signals. And if I just share just this one, this is not the tool that got clients and I into the trade on the 17th of April. But if we take a look at some potential problems right now, putting this together with the NDX 100, we'll see on the very bottom right-hand portion of my chart, I'm just looking at closing bases out here. That's why I've got a line chart out here. And the volatility index, the spot volatility index, when it makes rising bottoms, and when the S&P 500 makes rising tops out here, it's really a great signal of a retracement, a correction that's about to occur. I'm looking for the S&P 500 to make high before this pattern kicks in. So join me on Wednesday for the workshop, 5 Essential Patterns for Timing.
Come over to our website at TFNN, folks. You're going to see it right in the top of the carousel. Steve, thanks so much. We look forward to the workshop, of course, and the show tomorrow. There.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Now is up 74. You get the Nasdaq up 23. S&Ps are up 9.5. We go over to the futures market and we take a look at cotton, folks. So cotton went limit up today, and we're at 85.32 right now. What's intriguing here is this. Okay, so cotton 3 days ago was at 76 a pound. Now a bushel. Is it a pound or 1 second? Yeah, it is. So 85 a pound. Okay, so check this out. This is what's going to get intriguing here, I think, is that, so we just went from 76 to 87.18. We had the cattle market go limit up a couple weeks ago. And what I've found is this, folks, okay? This dollar, let's go over to the dollar for a second. So commodities in general, basically about the last year and a half, have got killed pretty good. When you start going limit up again, which we haven't seen in a long period of time, most times, well, what I've seen in the markets, the last time that I actually saw this happen twice, between 2003 or 4, and then basically right around maybe 5 before the downdraft, is that one market does it, the next market does it, then that whole commodity market starts moving. And what I expect that's exactly what we're seeing, number one, and it's going to be because of this dollar. The dollar wants lower price. If we go over to the euro, what you're going to see in the euro is that the euro right now, is way over its consolidation at 107.97. Bottom line is that this little baby here, we pull this back. This wants to, get up to the 116 area. You get up to that 116 area, and then she'll want to run to 120. And that's a monster move, folks, in a big way. We go take a look at the XLF. We go take a look at those financials. Financials right now, you're up 15 cents. You've done 40 million shares. That's weak volume, folks, in order to basically get to higher price. What's so intriguing about this also, let's go to JP Morgan, is that with the Fed online to basically hike short-term rates once again in the June meeting, these banks can't catch a bid. Right now, you get JP Morgan up 32 cents. You're at $87.24. If we take a look at the Fed Fund future rate, it's at 97.5 for the short-term hike on the 14th of June. And I suspect, guess what? It looks like they're going to do it, but bottom line is that there's still a huge amount of bond buying inside the marketplace. When we look at the banks, which still doesn't make on a fundamental basis here, technically the banks still want to go lower. Fundamentally, if in fact the Fed does raise short-term rates, the banks are going to make more money. I mean, that's second. That's second because that's a bank-to-bank rate when we talk about the short-term rates, folks. We go over to the XLE, since you had the oil market catch a bid out here today. XLE is trading at $68.34. That's up 58 cents. And this is building some good cause. You got light volume. Bottom line is you're in the higher range right now. And, this looks like, okay, it's going to try to make a run 69.47, like 69.47 at least. If we go to the GDX, this is kind of interesting because this is kind of set up just like the XLE. The GDX out here today traded to a high of $23.13. Hasn't held price, but this is a nice setup. I like how this is set up. And here, let me show you specifically what I like about it. So the GDX, you had the open. It opened at 23.13. That was the high for the day. Tradable was about 23 bucks. Then it goes all the way down to 22.48. The 22.48, this is just like crazy because the 22.48, folks, filled the gap from the trading between Thursday night and Friday morning. It was like perfect. 22.48 was the number. It looked at that this morning, looked at that at 1 o'clock, said, see ya, don't want to be ya. And the way this baby is set up right now is that it's building cause to jump the creek that was set up from the downdraft on the 25th. The 25th of April, that's what basically, number one, you had to get through. We're right at it right now. So we'll see whether it's going to jump that gap on the other side. The top of that gap is 22.92. We hit 23.13 today. Bottom line, it looks like it's ready to do it. If you go over and we take a look at a couple of the high flyers inside that metals market, you get Rango Resources. That's at 77.62. That wants dramatically higher price. Franco-Nevada, same type of setup. Franco-Nevada right now is up $1.16, 71.77. This also took out the swing points, has the volume behind the move. And both of those, by the way, they're both royalty stocks. Most times what you have with those royalty stocks, they lead the market, and they lead it pretty good. When those equities like going higher, that's projecting that the metal actually wants to go higher. If we go over and we take a look at the SLW. So let's go to SLW. So SLW, folks, is Silver Wheaton. Now, it's intriguing here. Silver Wheaton's up 27 cents today. Nice move. It needed that move. What's going to happen is Silver Wheaton is changing its name, and it's going to be called Wheaton Precious Metals Corp. What's really wild about this is going to be pretty cool watching this shake out to see if, in fact, they're going to get back into gold. When I started the gold report, okay, Silver Wheaton, they had a gold and they had a silver Wheaton, and then they split it, and now here we go. So what's going to happen is that I remember, I forgot who bought the gold one because we owned it. Someone else bought it. But the bottom line is that it's going to be intriguing if they decide they're going to get back in the gold business also. Right now, they are the largest silver broker in the world. They do it a little bit differently than the Royal Gold and Franco-Nevada. What the difference is that they actually set up, they bankroll the companies, number one, but then they set up that they're the broker, and they're pushing that out, so they're making a spread on that simultaneously. A little bit different than Royal Gold and Franco-Nevada. Franco-Nevada and Royal Gold, specifically, they get a percentage of the top line, not the bottom line. They don't have to worry about whether the companies are making money on it. Bottom line, you get higher price, higher gross, they're getting a percentage of that gross. So nice business models. Some of the higher volume stocks, and we are going to have a low volume market out here today, is that you got Schnapp is up $1.50. That caught a bid. That's at 20.64 right now. Advanced Micro is up 14 cents. Bank of America is up 2. You get GE down 18. FireEye is up $1.16. You get NVIDIA up 5.90. Oh, that's on a tear again. Let's go see NVIDIA. NVDA. This is when this thing goes on a tear, man. It just doesn't stop. So NVIDIA. Yep. Okay, so this just overtook, let me see, I think it just overtook all its highs. Oh, this is going to be wild. It's 171 million. You know, you can almost make a case. It didn't have the volume, but man, it was close. Of a monster ABC up. Wow. It's a one-way trade in NVIDIA. You stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials are up 71. Nasdaq's up 21. S&Ps are up 9.5. We're going to be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet, while remaining completely unhedged to the price
price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You know, when you go take a look up in Canada, folks, okay, Home Capital Group, we've been talking about this a bit, but you got to check this out. So this is pretty wild because it's the beginning of the story, and I'm going to lay out what I think how this thing is going to shake out, and we'll see how this shakes out in the next couple of months. So Home Capital Group, the headlines out there today is that they're reaching out to the Canada's big banks, okay, and other entities to refinance 2 billion Canadian, or 1.5 US, okay, from Healthcare of Ontario pension plan. Okay, so they got bailed out on a short-term basis from this Ontario pension plan. And now they need something longer term. I want to show you something, though. This is what's pretty amazing when you talk about a run on the bank, how quick this can happen. Particularly, well, I guess the other way to look at it is this has actually been going on for a couple of years, but once it actually starts happening, it's trouble in paradise. So a couple of years ago, their SEC basically came onto them and they accused the company of misleading investors on the firm's probe into falsified mortgage applications. That's 2 years ago, right? So what happened here is that they had a run on the bank. Now, check this out. This is how the run took place, how fast it took place. They had $2 billion in short-term, high-interest rate savings deposits, okay? Bottom line, they only got $125 million right now as of May 12th. Okay, so they had to go out in the marketplace. They got this pension fund to lend them money at an effective rate of 22.5%. 22.5% they're paying, okay? Now, 22.5% to stay alive, so staying alive, right? My take is that, so there's been a lot of articles up that, number one, this is not going to affect other banks up in Canada. Number two, it's not going to affect the real estate market in Toronto and Vancouver. My take, folks, it's going to affect all of that. This is why. So watch what happens. The allegation against Home Capital's mortgage practices are that they were inflating numbers and giving out mortgages without the proper vetting, okay? When that happens, just as it happened in our markets, two different things end up happening. And the biggest one is this, and this is why it actually blew my mind last week when I was seeing analysts saying, oh, they're not going to affect the rest of the market. They absolutely have to affect the rest of the market fundamentally, and this is why. Let's picture we have three banks, folks, okay? We get three banks. This is one of the biggest banks up there when this was coming down, okay? They had one out of... I gotta put this again. I think it's 1 out of 5 mortgages. It's a lot of mortgages, okay? Bottom line is that we're getting a place appraised, okay? Let's just say we're all looking at the same place and getting it appraised. A company like this, the appraisal, number one, may come in, you know, let's say bigger or smaller. But what is going to happen is that the person who's buying the place can bid it up. Why? Because the company itself is basically giving out money to folks that shouldn't get the money or shouldn't get as much money for that property. So then what ends up happening is this, is that the property goes for more money. And they're just hoping that, okay, I get the loan, you know, I should have got 200 grand, they give me 250 grand. All of a sudden, the next bank is relying on that comp to give out the mortgage on the next property. It's a ring around the rosy, folks. Okay, so what ends up happening is that you get a company like this, the contagion will go to the next couple banks because immediately what ends up happening is that the valuations go down. And as soon as the valuations go down, bang, it wrecks the market. So we'll see how this shakes out. My take is that this company is going to be out of business, period. And simultaneously, what we're going to see is you're going to see some carnage up in that market. The shame is, just as in our markets, you don't want that to happen. You know, hopefully won't have something like that happen in the U.S. for a long period of time. And my take is that, by the way, it will happen again. I've seen 3 of them. Okay, the last one was the worst one. I saw the savings and loans come down, and then in '89, bottom line, I mean in 2000 and, 89, savings and loan was 74, 76. Then 89, that was just basically fraudulent loans once again, liar loans, and of course the biggest liar loans were in 2007. And you see the carnage that it brings, because it brings carnage everywhere. It brings carnage. There's plenty of folks, it brings carnage into every mortgage. And then, of course, what ended up happening in every community is that as the real estate market went down, people losing jobs, it just goes all the way. And bottom line, we know that no one went to jail in the banking community, which is a real drag, because that's where, that is one of the main ways to stop that the next time, you know, because you can imagine whether the next time's 10 years from now and the new bank is looking and saying, hey, geez, this is pretty good. You know, this is the biggest crash since the 1930s, but yet no one went to jail. Well, maybe we can push more paper out again, you know, and you can see the aspect is that when the paper get pushed out, everyone's a loser. Everyone's a loser. That's when it comes down, except what? Except the bankers. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Let's go over and take a look at the small caps out here. Small caps, IWM today up $1.10, 138.62, and they're having a tough time catching a bid. You know, the small caps still haven't been able to stay above their December 9th high. That December 9th high is 138.82. We got to 139 today. 2 weeks ago, it busted over that high, and just as quick, 5 days later, it busted back inside of it. If we actually take a look at that's the ETF rate. If we take a look at the actual indice is laying out here at 1393.19. And that's right at the high. So the December 1st high was 1392.71. Inside the NDX 100 today, what's moving it higher is that, okay, so the leader is NetEase, that's up 4.8%, NVIDIA's up 4.7%, Symantec's up 2.9%, and Liberty's up 2%. Taken away from it is Tesla, that's down 2.7%. You have Viacom, folks, off 2.3%. Ross Stores is down 1.7%, and you get Chevron off 1.7%. If we go look at the Dow Industrials, inside the Dow Industrials, strength out here today, putting points into it. You have Johnson & Johnson putting 24 points, Goldman putting 16, Caterpillar putting 12, IBM putting 8. Taken away from it, Apple's taken away 4, Verizon 3, United Health 3, Boeing 3, Disney 2.8, and J&J. Let's go see what J&J is doing. This is the leader inside the Dow out here today. It's got some nice price spreads. So you have 363. And Growth to accelerate. Bottom line is just buying J&J. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. And, of course, after 4 o'clock, it's going to be a lot of numbers coming out also. Dow Industrials right now up 93. Nasdaq's up 28. S&Ps are up 12, rather. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up 90. You get the Nasdaq up 27. S&Ps are up 11.5. And yeah, it says one of our tigers saying in the den. Did you notice that 345 bottom line is that the bulls juiced the market? And let's see. Let's just take a look at that. There it is. Well, let's see. I get this on a 10-minute. We'll put this on 2 days. And there she is. No doubt, right on time. 35,000 contracts inside the E-minis. We go take a look at the NQs. It's going to be right there also. The NQs right now are at 57.02. And there she is right there with 43,000 contracts, yeah. And this morning, we hit a high out there with 57.0660. And right now you're at 57.0250. So bottom line is that you got some juice coming into this close out here. We go take a look at the NYSE. Volume-wise, we're at 558. So they'll push a couple hundred million and the close. So we'll be at about 750 on the NYSE. I mean, on the NASDAQ Composite, you're at 1.583. That'll get it going about 1.8. Now the composite is away from these tops pretty good. We're 61.32. You're 61.49. So the composite, got away from the trading of the last few weeks. NDX 100 has more to do than that. But no, actually, the other side of that's 10 points away from it. Yeah, you're a good 10 points away from it. So that's saying that you can get more juice happening out here. We're going to take a look at Apple. And, Apple's been on a tear, no doubt. It's just hanging at highs right now. Amazon. Amazon's trading. It's down 420, but that's flat for a $940 stock. You got Google up 410 at 936. So this is pushing into highs, hanging at those highs. Microsoft, that rejected lower price today, wants higher price. NVDA is the juice inside this NDX 100 out here today, and it's pretty good juice. NVIDIA 4 days ago was trading at 104, so it's up 34%. It's up 32% in 4 days, 4 trading days. Come out with numbers, went from 102 following day to 121. Next day goes to 130, goes sideways on Friday, and today it takes off once again. The big cyber attack over the weekend got Hack, H-A-C-K. That's a ETF it's a pure funds ETF for the cybersecurity business. That baby has some juice in it today. It looks like it took a B point out, took it out with volumes there. A point is approximately 26.5. Your B is 29.5, $3, which gets you 31.50 about. Right now we hit 31 today, so it just about made an A to B equals C to D in this marketplace. Dollar index still can't catch the bid. Bonds are still saying this market wants to pull back. So it's going to be intriguing watching this whole thing shake out. Euro still wants higher price. Yen, let's go to the yen for a second. That's going to be all about what the metals market wants to do. So far, the yen has rejected lower price out here today at 113.12. You're trading at 113.77. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming back with lots of numbers once again. Dow Industrials are up 90, Nasdaq's up 27, S&Ps are up 11.5. We're going to be right back, folks.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to Nick in Tampa. Hey, Nick, what's going on?
Tom O'Brien, it is an absolute pleasure.
Thanks so much, man. We appreciate you calling.
No problem. Dude, I've been listening to your show for about 2 years now, and it has just been wonderful. I listen to you, Basil, Andy. You guys do an amazing job.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We're here 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Pretty amazing. It's the middle of May already. Pretty wild. Love is kind and just. When you're in love, a smile is always on your face. You feel good about yourself, and because you're happy, you are kind. Love is also just. When you make a mistake, you pay only once for that mistake. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 85, NASDAQ up 28, S&P's up 9.5, gold contract up $2.80, trading at $1,230 an ounce. Silver up 22 cents, $16.62. Silver finally caught a bid, folks. It got the bid, got the volume behind it. That's what we needed in that metals market. Platinum up $9 at $9.30 an ounce. Copper up a penny and a half at $2.53 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1, $49.24 a barrel. Notes: 10-year note down one tick, 125.14. 30-year bond down 3, 151.11. Both notes and bonds, folks, they rejected lower price last week. Friday had a huge sign of strength. Sideways moves today, no volume. Bottom line is that they want higher price, lower yield. King dollar down 331 ticks, 98.800. King dollar failed on price and volume last week. Came down Friday, big volume. Today it came down, volume was light. We'll see how this goes after its lowest swing point. The euro's trading at 109 to the U.S. dollar, way over its consolidation. Looks like it wants to run to the 112 level. The yen is trading 113 3/4. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Bottom line, folks, you are at a high. We're at 2402. You're over the high of the 1st of March, which is the 2400 mark. You're over the high of the 26th. That was the first time that I tested it, which was to be the 2398. You're over the high of last week, which is, we're right underneath the high of last week, which is 2403.87. We go take a look at the SPY. So that's your cash S&P. We take a look at the SPY. SPY is at 240.22, and the high out there on the first is 240.32. Bottom line, yeah, light volume, it's going to go for it. Dow Industrials. What do you have with the Dow Industrials? Dow Industrials up $85. Now, the Dow is a weaker, indice. The high in the Dow is 21,169, which is volume out here of 800 million versus 776 today. The NASDAQ Composite, as well as the NDX 100, also at new highs, and they closed at their highs. 61.49 inside the Composite, inside the NDX 100. Excuse me, folks, where it's 57.04. Bottom line, you go to new highs, you close at new highs, you can get higher. Gold contract. What do we have inside the gold contract? Gold contract traded to a price point today of $12.37. These are 182,000 contracts. We're at $12.30. Bottom line is that last week I rejected $12.25. Had lighter volume. Now you're building cause to get into the downdraft from the 3rd as well as the 4th of May. Silver finally caught a bid, a good bid at that. Silver closed out at $16.61. You did 79,000 contracts. That's what we needed inside the silver market. That's the bottom line. Silver also is now, I suspect, build some cause to try to get through the May 1st downdraft. Silver was going into the 3rd and came into it really nice. That's the bottom line. The 3rd, we had come down on 90,000 contracts. This is coming into that area today with 79,000. And if we go over to the notes, we take a look at the notes. What you're going to see with the notes, these just want higher price. It's just amazing watching these trade. So on Friday, folks, well, first, last week, on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we did like 1 million contracts. That was going into a swing low from April that had 2 million. Then on Friday, you go topside with 1.3 million. And we go sideways today with 880,000. This baby now is building cause to get up into the 126.20 area. Your 10-year, the yield on the 10-year right now is 2.34. We take a look at the 30-year. Now, let's stay with the 10-year for a second. If we stay with the 10-year for a second, your benchmark on this 10-year is 125. 125 was the consolidation we took out. That was a 4-month consolidation. You took it out, had nice volume, had price spread, all of the above. Right now, you're a half a point higher than that. 30-year is a different ballgame. It's building cause to get up into it, but the 30-year, we are still 1 full point under the higher range. Right now, we are at 151.11, and it's 152.09 that you want to see. Then you'd be in the higher range once again. King dollar, bottom line, has a problem holding price. King dollar is at 98,800. You did 18,000 contracts out here today. Bottom line, number one, it looks like it wants to go after the lowest swing point, and the lowest swing point that we're talking about out here is 98.385. What's pretty amazing, actually, is that when we actually watch this thing, if we go over and we take a look at the euro, what you're going to see is that the euro bottom line is way over its consolidation. The consolidation there is 108. You're at 109.78. And that is saying that this dollar wants lower price. Between the dollar going lower and these bonds going to higher price, lower yield, it's like something is just hanging out here, and we'll find out what it is at some point. If you actually go take a look at some of these other currencies, what you're going to see is that you had the Canadian dollar, that's still at 136 to the U.S. dollar. And one of the wild ones out here, no doubt, is the peso, folks. So the bottom line is that you take a look at the Mexican peso. This Mexican peso is back to where it was before the election. Bottom line is that this thing really got hurt bad on election night. You know, we went from a price point of 18.50 all the way up to 22 peso to $1 US. You're all the way back down to 18.68 right now, and guess what? That's saying, number one, that there's going to be a lot of trade going on, continue to go on, but it's like you really got to try to wrap your head around and say, okay, why does this dollar continue to want lower price? It wants lower price because guess what, folks? People are going to need less dollars if there's going to be less trade. You stay right there, folks. We're going to be coming right back. Dow Industrials finished up 85, NASDAQ up 28, S&P's up 9.5. We're going to be right back.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. We had Snap up $1.60 today. You had JCPenney down 21 cents. GE was off 9. You had Microsoft up 5. FireEye was up $1.11. That's all about the attacks on computer systems across the world over the weekend. Sirius Satellite was down 3. We had Intel up 10. If we go take a look at Snap, SNAP, folks, what you're going to see is that they came out with their numbers last week. Was trading at a price point of $22.87 on the 10th. The 11th, it was at $17.59. Now, this run out here today has to do with what? It has to do with the aspect as to who walked into that on that downdraft. I'll show you what happened here. On that downdraft, what you're going to see, let's see if I can get you the exact numbers. 331. Oh, that wouldn't be it that way. Okay, I got to do this another way then. First, let me get you the highest. Let me pull it up this way. This is how I have to do it. So what you had happen is that what the news was out here today, and which started moving Snap, is that on that downdraft, you had funds that had already owned Snapchat come in once again and buy more shares, and this is how it shakes out. You had, let's see, so in Singapore, Teminski Holdings. They're one of the that's a Singapore state. They come in, they bought a lot of shares. You had Fidelity Management come back. They disclosed 33 million shares. Jensen, 5.29 million shares. Oppenheimer, 2.35. Third Point, 2.25. Lansdowne, 570,000. Appaloosa, 100,000. If we take a look at this, what you're going to see, I will put, no, this would be, the question was, is it short covering in Snap? I suspect that, I hope the shorts cover their short when that they got that gap down. Right now there's a 14% short position in Snap. But what you are going to have, and it makes sense, someone's going to end up taking Snap out, folks. That's what I suspect is going to happen. That's why those funds came in so quick. Right now, the largest owners fund-wise happens to be Fidelity. It looks like this guy Murphy and Robert Murphy and Evan Spiegel, who I believe started it, they own 14%. Murphy owns and Spiegel owns 13.6%. After that, you get Benchmark Capital 6.7%, Lightspeed Venture at 5.6%, and then you have Fidelity. Fidelity owns 33 million shares right now at 4.9%. T. Rowe Price owns 4%. American Capital Group 1%. Bottom line is that there's no doubt you had funds come in there very quickly, and we'll see how that shapes up. Right now, what you do have is that Snap has a high volume low, and that high volume low I expect is going to get tested, meaning 1759. There we go. We take a look at the WMT. Let's go see it with this between the Walmart and Amazon fight out here. Walmart right now is 76.29. That's hanging at the high. If we go over to Amazon, we take a look at Amazon. Amazon is at 9.57, and Amazon was catching a bid on Friday. What that bid was all about is that Amazon now is going to also be pushing out furniture. So they just go from sector to sector to sector. And I guess, when you read some of these articles actually about how they actually do it, what Amazon waits for, folks, is that they like being in a sector, but as soon as a sector starts pushing it out at 20%, there we go. I got to get out of this. There we go. As soon as they start pushing out that you get 20% orders by the internet, bang, they're all over it. So it's one of those deals that it's pretty amazing watching it. And if you're in a business that all of a sudden can get destroyed by Amazon, it's pretty intense, because there's it doesn't seem that there's going to be any end to what Amazon or any online seller is going to sell. It's just going to totally change. One of the real big deals. Let's go look at Procter & Gamble for a second. So, if you hadn't heard this about 3 months ago, what Amazon is trying to do is trying to have Procter & Gamble change their packaging so that what you get is that you'll get an aspect that instead of packaging that we buy at grocery stores, you get an efficient packaging that can fit in containers, trucks, and our garages in a very efficient way. Now, my understanding at this point, Procter & Gamble hasn't gone along with it yet. I suspect they're going to end up going along with it. And when they go along with it, two different things are going to end up happening. Bottom line is that will be the next, downdraft inside the supermarket business, I'd say, in a huge way, because those goods have a higher markup that, whether, you're talking toiletries, you're talking, Procter & Gamble owns just about everything, folks, that we're shopping for. It doesn't say PG on it, but that's kind of where they're at. What is intriguing, which I'm noticing quite a bit, we've had this for a long period of time, that in the grocery aisles, what has happened is that even if they have something that takes off in a huge way, the Publixes of the world, the Stop and Shops of the world, immediately they're turning around and then they're saying, okay, if you get, let's say, an organic item that's starting to take off, that Stop and Shop, that Publix, they turn around, make the same organic item, and then all of a sudden take that one off the shelves that had been on the shelves, number one, and got that whole sector going. So that gets really intriguing, actually, because those smaller businesses, if they don't have distribution, they're going to have nothing, zero. Let's go take a look at the XAU, the HUI. XAU out here today, up 19 cents. You're at $85.16. This is building cause. It's getting through your downdraft out here from the 25th of April. We're over it right now, so that's saying the XAU is going to go after this $90.82. Gold Bugs Index set up the exact same way. Gold Bugs Index right now is at, let me get this. Gold Bugs Index is, come on, baby, 196.97. Okay, so this will be interesting tomorrow morning if this can jump the creek. So you had a vicious downdraft on the 25th. We're right at it, 25th of April. Looks like we'll see whether they can jump that creek and get into this 199 tomorrow. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow Industrials. Sorry about that, folks. Be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how EverBank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? EverBank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? EverBank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. EverBank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. EverBank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
TFNN has put together the finest live programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 9 hours a day starting at 8 a.m. as John Logan kicks us off each trading day with the Global Market Pulse. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Mondays and Fridays, catch live trading on the Nadex platform with host Tom and Tommy O'Brien, along with Daryl Martin on the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts, and keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN, educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow finished up 85. You had the Nasdaq up 29. S&Ps were up 7.5. We go up and we take a look at the GLD. Inside the GLD out here today, we are up 31 cents. You're at 117.14. We did 4.3 million shares, and we'll see how this shakes out tomorrow morning. But what this is also doing, this is right into where we gapped lower. So the equities are making their way into the 4th and 5th of May. That was the downdraft, and it was a big downdraft. The GLD we are right here. Okay, the top of this gap was 117.28. We hit 117.54 today. We'll see whether this thing can jump the creek tonight. Jumping the creek would mean that you open tomorrow at 117.92. If we go over and we take a look at the yen to see if we'll get any cooperation, the yen out here today traded to 113.75. And what the yen did do is that it rejected lower price. Now, we don't get volume on the currencies, so bottom line is that it rejected lower price at this particular point. Now, it is coming into the downdraft that was created out here on the 12th of May. That's when the yen went from 113.88 down to a price point of 113.12. So we're right next to that area. If we try to get a clue from the Nikkei, Nikkei last night did reject lower price. Let's see what kind of volume we got on this rejection. Yeah, he had lighter volume. It's close, but you did 1.3 billion. Yeah, he had lighter volume. You're going into 1.5 billion, did 1.3. The Nikkei stayed over the top of the consolidation, which is 19,656. And that still sets up, this thing's going to try to, 20,012. That's the number it's looking for. Last night we got to 19,869. So I expect you're going to see that tonight. The real question is going to be, once it gets up into that level, is it going to stay there? Now, let's go look at the copper market. Copper, where is she? 1 second. Copper. Okay, so we are at 254. They still had a hard time catching a bid today. Yeah, it still had a hard time catching a bid. Okay, so this is still a consolidation. It hasn't broke out the bottom yet. Had a sign of strength last Thursday. Tested that today, couldn't handle it. The reason I'm looking at this copper market is this, folks. If you go take a look at Southern Copper, SCCO, this baby had come down good with the copper market. We had come down from a price point of 39, made a low last week of 32. But this is starting to get some strength. And if this wants to go higher, that's telling me the copper is getting close to bottoming out here. I like what this did last week. I didn't buy this, but I like what it's done right now. We take a look at the wheat market. Let's see what we got for the wheat market. What do we got out here for one of our tigers? Wheat. So wheat was down 2.2% today. It's down 9.5 cents. Okay, after a sign of strength last week, you did 65,000 contracts. I kind of like how this is set up. So watch this. So wheat is down from a price point of $4.88 a bushel. We went from $4.88 a bushel in February 16th, down to a low of the 25th of April at $4.16. Now it comes off of $4.16, goes to $4.61 with volume, wide price spread, comes back out where it started. Yeah, I kind of like this. I really like this, actually. It's telling me that, you didn't totally reject lower price out here today, but if you're putting a stop under it, you can put a stop under 416. Just even let it open, see how close it can get to it, because this thing looks like it wants to go to 461 when we take a look at this. If we go over to the oil market had quite a move out here today. It was up 1.9%. $49.11. That's what it closed at. This was a fast move off the bottom. Last week you traded out down to $44.13. Flushed everyone out. Bottom line, traded up to $49.97 today. You had 280,000 contracts. So if we take a look at this, yeah, that's got the price spread and it has the volume. That's a big expansion of volume. So this thing looks like it's going to try to make its way to 50.87. 50.87 is the lows of the 19th, and we'll see whether they can get in the higher range and get back up to that $54 level. That being said, the XLE did all right, up 53 cents. These are oil and gas equities. This looks like it's going to run to maybe 69, but after that, it's still looking tough. Because if you take a look at the largest weighting structure inside it, ExxonMobil still can't catch a bid. That was up 25 cents today. The second largest weighting structure, Chevron, was up 89 cents, but that also couldn't catch a bid. It tested its highs, tested its downdraft with 6.3 million versus 6.8, so that's going to have to build a bit more cause before you can expect higher prices. We take a look at the, let's go get over and take a look at Intel. Well, actually, let's go. So inside we had the huge hack over the weekend, folks. That was a worldwide hack. If you take a look at the ETF structure hack, HACK, you're going to see that was went up today, big volume. It's an ABC structure on the way up. And the equities that are inside this, these are the equities that are inside this. If you're looking for software, you get FireEye, that's 4.9% of it. Juniper Networks is 4, Splunk is 4, Trend Micro is 4, Checkpoint Software is 4, Semantics 4, Qualys is 4.4, Imperia is 4.3. So this baby here got some traction out here today. It did 2.9 million shares. Took out a B point, which had 442,000, and 3150 is your A to B equals C to D, and we hit 31. So I wouldn't be piling on that thing just yet. We take a look at Bank of America. We go over to BAC. Bank of America just can't handle higher price. You know, sideways move out here today, up 6 cents. You're going into the downdraft of the 21st, where we had 259 million shares on the way down. And this thing is trying to get to higher price with 50 million shares. That's an equity that just is not going to get to higher price. You know, what we definitely had inside the NDX one today out here, you had NVIDIA. That was bringing the NDX up big time. No two ways about that. We go take a look at the Dow Industrials. It was all about Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson had an upgrade today that was up 335, and it had volume behind the move. Johnson & Johnson looks like it's going to go after its high of 129. Right now you're at 126.99. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Right back, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence.
Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Now, check this out. This is about as intense as you can get. You know, you talk about debt structures. Okay, so Puerto Rico, folks, right? Yeah, there's a huge amount of money that's going to be lost by funds in Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico creditors began jockeying for position Monday with court filings that attack actions considered routine in other bankruptcy cases. Lawyers for bond insurer Ambac Assurance Corporation said they oppose administrating the island's two restructuring cases together, a position that ordinarily could hardly be claimed to pose a threat to the substantial right of affected creditors. Financial Guarantee Insurance Company, meanwhile, filed an application, an objective complaining that Puerto Rico wants to give itself extra time whenever it files court papers. So what you have is this. You have a huge amount of funds that, these would be bond funds, okay? You know, mutual bond funds that bought this debt. The amazing part to me is that when I was watching this come down the last few years, one of the easiest ways to kind of cut to the chase in debt structure, period, is you figure out, you know, what is the asset, what's the debt, right? Well, for states, you know, like whatever state you live in, whatever city you live in, what seems to happen where people really get in huge amounts of trouble with these munis is that, and this has happened in small, you know, cities also, is that you get a couple politicians, they turn around and say, okay, I want to build a prison, I want to do this, I want to do that. And it's very easy for cities to float bond issues. And the broker-dealer community, the Goldmans of the world, Morgan Stanleys of the world, Citi groups of the world, they're in the business of basically, you know, pushing paper out. So their bankers would go to the cities, of course, and say, hey, we can push this paper out for you. And because the way that the tax structure is, it's very easy that you can push that out. Then it's up to, of course, that broker-dealer community to sell the issue. Well, in Puerto Rico, folks, when I give you this number, it'll kind of blow your mind. There's only 3.4 million people in Puerto Rico. Let me just make sure of this 1 second, because I believe that's where we're at. Okay, Puerto Rican. Okay, so 2016 population, 3.6 million people. Well, they have 3.6 million people. They have 70 billion with the B of debt. 70 billion. Okay? So check this out. This is how crazy this is. That is saying, when you do that number out, I believe that's approximately like 19.8 million or 20 million debt per person. Okay? How is that ever going to be paid back? It's not going to be paid back. It's not even close. Okay? So, this is the first time that we've had a bankruptcy per se. And the reason that everything was so lackadaisical is that they claimed that Puerto Rico couldn't go bankrupt, as a municipality. Well, bottom line, it's going to happen. And now the fight's going to be on. This is the largest, I believe it's going to be the largest bankruptcy ever. Orange County, I forgot what Orange County was. Orange County threw the municipal bond business for a loop, and that wasn't even close. We're not even talking those kinds of numbers. Let me see. Orange County. I'll find out in the break. But the bottom line is that you can get the gist of it. They've been pushing out bonds forever. And guess what? Now that inside the mutual fund business, it's going to be those high-yield funds. It's the high-yield bond funds that are going to get hit with this, and they're going to get hit pretty hard. Let's go and we take a look at the NDX 100, the 3Qs. So the 3Qs finished at a high. Bottom line, they did 20 million shares. You're at 139.04. That's saying it can go higher. And the small caps out here today were weak. We'll see how that shakes out. But the small caps still haven't been able to get up and stay over the high that was generated on December 9th. That's 138.82. What you definitely have out here today, though, what has happened is that you get the S&P closed at a high, the NASDAQ Composite closed at a high, the NDX 100 closed at a high. Bonds, the 10-year note, if we go over to even the TLT is the 20-plus bond fund. That's at 121.06. And this thing looks like it's building cause to get into higher price. So that baby there is also saying that you're going to see yields continue to get to lower price. What is going to get interesting here inside the gold market, if you happen to be inside the gold market, is that inside the GDX, what you have is that the largest weighting structure happens to be Barrick Gold. Barrick Gold has a 10% weighting structure. There's always different players inside the gold market. What does happen is that there's a couple of them that can move markets around pretty good. And just coming across, and this is going to be for all you folks that are in this market out here today, you're going to like what this is, because what we have, ABX, you just had Stanley Druckenmiller, who comes in and out of this market, meaning the gold market in general, just come into Barrick Gold. Let's see what he did. So Barrick Gold, back in favor with fund managers last quarter before the world's largest bullion producer reported disappointing earnings. Stanley Druckenmiller bought 2.85 million shares. That just got disclosed. March, April. So are these? Oh yeah. So this is just showing up. This would have been just showing up Friday. Okay. Barrick climbed. Let me see this. PHDC. This will be good for tomorrow morning. This is just coming out, but I don't see this in here yet. Oh yeah, here we go. I got it. Okay. 2.8 million shares. Let me do it this way. Oh, this is good. There's a lot of buyers. Yeah, so he did 2.85 million shares. Fidelity did Fidelity owns 1.6% of it now. They have 18 million shares. They come in with another 2.2 million shares. Bank of Nova Scotia come in. They double their position. This is pretty good. So they come in with 4.3 million shares. Van Eck, that's an ETF. What happens if you're going through these SEC filings, folks, if it's an ETF, be aware of it, like a Van Eck, because that is not a conviction buy. What that is, money goes into ETF, they have to buy it, they have to sell it. What you're looking for is conviction buys. You're looking for funds that are going in, or you're looking for family offices. And Druckenmiller is a good one. Let me just see if Druckenmiller came in anywhere else. So we want to go into Royal Gold, because whoever is pushing Royal Gold, that was one monster move. Vanguard. Oh, interesting. Norges Bank. Okay, so Norges Bank, this is Sweden. I believe that's Sweden. That's oil money. No, that's 1231. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. If you would like to test drive the Gold Report, folks, you can do it by coming over to our website at TFNN. You go to newsletters, go to the Gold Report, test drive it 30 days, absolutely free. Coming right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. With over $56 million in cash and over $66 million in working capital, Great Panther Silver is positioned as a company with a solid foundation and poised for growth. While completely unhedged to the price of silver, Great Panther retains 100% ownership in 2 producing mines in Mexico, which is the top silver-producing country in the world, along with future potential production in Peru. Great Panther is highly leveraged to the price of silver, and after a great year of performance in 2016, Great Panther Silver has a strong outlook for 2017 as well. With good liquidity in trading and strong fundamentals on the balance sheet, while remaining completely unhedged to the price of gold and silver, now is a perfect time to take a closer look at this equity. If you'd like to find out more about Great Panther Silver, then go to greatpanther.com or check them out on the NYSE market, symbol GPL, or the TSX, symbol GPR.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So, overnight here, what you're going to be looking for, folks, is this. If we go over to the dollar index first, inside the metals market, dollar index right now, we are trading at a price point of 98,880. So, inside the dollar index, folks, you have the euro, the yen, and the yen is 16% of it. So, what I expect we're going to see is this. The yen looks to me tonight, before it wants to get the lower price, more than likely is going to try to get into this 114.37 once again, because when you do look at the Nikkei, after our markets did pretty well, the Nikkei looks like it's going to try to test this 20,000 level, which is up about another $140. If that's the case, if the Nikkei wants to test that, in order to make that easier for the Nikkei, this yen is going to have to get weaker. So I suspect the yen's going to test this 114.37 once again. Now, that being said, what is going to get intriguing here is that it doesn't look at this particular point that the gold contract wants to basically get to much lower price. You know, what we had out here today is that Gold couldn't hold the 1237. You're 1230. That being said, there's plenty of support at this 1229, 1230 level. If it loses that level, you get 1227. But I don't see it going a lot lower because what I do like and see is I like and see how the XAU is set up, how the HUI is set up, how the GDX is set up. And on top of that, what you're going to get out here tonight is exactly the headlines that I just read to you coming across there. Because, I know what I want to do. 1 second. Let's go. I'm going to go to the GLD quickly because we want to see if we have new buyers inside the GLD, because this is the type of headline news that does make a difference. So BlackRock, they bought, but that's an ETF. Morgan Stanley came in with 913,000. This one's an interesting one. JP Morgan doubled their position in the GLD. They came in with 2.4 million. Now, this filing that I'm reading right now, folks, has to do with the March 31st filing. This would have got, this came out Friday night after the close as to what funds are coming in and what funds are going out. Fidelity came in with more. That's a good signal of 1.4 million. So if we take a look at the biggest ones, it was JP Morgan Chase, 2.4 million. This is in the GLD now. Fidelity, 1.9. And then the sells, UBS sold 6.5 million shares. Bank of America sold 2.5. Passport Capital sold 5 million. They got out of that market period. Sold all of them. They had 5 million. They sold 5 million. Franklin Resources, that's just a mutual fund. Wells Fargo. Those are about the Toronto TD Bank, Toronto Dominion. They sold over half their position, 974,000. Goldman sold 700,000. And yeah, that's what we got going there. Let's go into the SLV. Take a look at this quickly. So inside the silver trust, the biggest buyers were Credit Suisse. That came in with almost 2 million shares. They really upped their position. Bank of Montreal upped their, no, sorry, not Credit Suisse. That was done in 2016. Bank of Montreal, that's the buyer, 1.3 million. You get a bunch of others at 500,000. The sellers, you had BNP Paramus, that they sold 1 million shares. Cutlass sold 610. Susquehanna sold 976. So bottom line is that in between the buying and selling, I suspect, particularly in the gold market, we get some buying out here. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Have a great one. Have a safe one, folks. Look forward to speaking right back here tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Go get them, folks.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This is TFNN.